Never having seen a ray of sunlight, never having felt warmth, never having experienced company, you feel an irresistible pull towards it. You don't know what it is, but something that shines so bright in the eternal night of the deep ocean can't possibly be bad, can it? And so you, the lonesome prey of the anglerfish, head right into its trap. You reach the light, you nudge it, you poke it, you play with it. For the first time ever, you feel something akin to joy. Even though you're a fish, you want to laugh and giggle. Then, oh God no, out of nowhere, a huge jaw snaps open, needle-like teeth flash before you, and darkness. Again, this time forever. The female anglerfish is a terrifying nightmare of a creature that haunts the deep sea. With her bioluminescent lure, she attracts its prey and swallows it, not giving a damn even if her victim is twice her own size. But if that's the ladies among the anglerfish, the weak sex, the members of the species that are supposed to be gentle, charming, and loving, what unimaginable dreadful abomination must the male anglerfish be? Well, see for yourself. Contrary to the male is not a fearsome predator. It has no killer instinct, no fangs, no real teeth, and it's pitifully small. It will never hunt, never kill. Were it challenged, it couldn't even defend itself against a goldfish. In fact, the male is not much more than a pair of underdeveloped testicles equipped with fins and the necessary sensory organs to detect the faintest light and smells. Its sole purpose in life is to find a female, which is no easy task in the deep, deserted depths of the ocean. Down there it's a vast dark emptiness and there's no guarantee that it'll ever find another fish, even less a mate. And yet, its sense of smell is so acute that it can detect the faintest hint of a smell of the female's pheromones. It thus has a chance. All it has to do is spend its existence swimming through the salty blackness of the deep ocean, hoping to catch a sniff of a female and then, eventually, a glimpse of the faint, distant glimmer of her lure. That's all it has to do and that's all it does. Born with a giant liver that can sustain it for months, it doesn't even stop to eat on its search for love. So it swims and swims and swims, enveloped by blackness, slowly, but steadily, starving as its liver withers away. But, if it's exceedingly lucky, it will find a female. With its object of desire in view, a sudden overwhelming urge to nibble on her overcomes the male anglerfish. It approaches her, perhaps a little hesitantly at first, to kiss her, to embrace her, to suck on her with its tiny mouth. But the female anglerfish wouldn't be a true monster if this was the happy end. As the male anglerfish blissfully suckles on the female, the horror begins. Its lips and face begin to melt. Then its eyes, head, fins, and most internal organs melt as well. The male anglerfish merges into her body, fusing into her, becoming a part of her. Like tentacles, her blood vessels penetrate the male's body, establishing a permanent connection. Nutrients and hormones from her body flush into the male, keeping it alive, making its testicles grow, but reducing it to nothing more than a permanent sperm factory for her. Having now both male and female reproductive organs, the lady anglerfish has all it needs to reproduce and sustain this cruel life cycle into future generations. It's just a matter of squirting out some sperm and eggs into the open water whenever she wants. But don't think she's happy yet. One pair of testicles is seldom enough for this wicked creature. She'll try to absorb as many males as she can. So it's not that uncommon to find a female specimen with as many as 8 deplorable males fused to her. Sexual parasitism, also called sexual symbiosis, is a type of specialized reproduction seen among deep-sea anglerfish, where it occurs in more than 20 species. These species present extreme sexual dimorphism, meaning that the females are much larger than the males. They can in fact be up to 60 times the size of a male and 500,000 times heavier. Being so small and unequipped to survive on its own, a male's only hope is to attach itself to a female by biting onto her and eventually fusing with her body. In this process, it loses its eyes and most of its internal organs except its testicles. The circulatory systems of the two sexes then become connected and the male turns into a sex organ of the female. For a long time, these poor males had been confused for parasites, which is why this strange form of mating is known as sexual parasitism. But they're not parasites. They're victims. Victims of evolution, which given the difficulty of finding a partner in the permanent darkness of the mostly deserted deep ocean, came up with the cruel solution of fusing the two sexes together. That way, the female always has a mate close by when she's horny and it's time to reproduce. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.